Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be nearer to the screen.
Oh, okay.
I need to be on camera.
Yeah. Hey,
I will help you.
go.
Hi.
It's okay.
Just put it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
I will grab another table.
Oh. You see it. You can see it. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. Oh. Oh, gitu ya. Oke. Okay. I can see here. I can see that. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Again, I would like to really appreciate for today. In this moment, I would like to share with you about the community services that are conducted by 5, 6 universities. Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, MSUIIT, Bukidnon State University, UNISA Yogyakarta, and also UMKT and Sikas Muhammadiyah Ciamis. So all from Indonesia are Muhammadiyah and Aisyah universities. And in this time, I would like to share with you about the student peer groups in identifying chronic non-communicable diseases on campus. So this is very important. And also, I would like to inform you that this funding comes from Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. Okay, and next, I forgot that. Okay, you can share the link to all of nursing students. And this is the facilitators, the group facilitator, international facilitators from this collaboration. Me, myself, Fiti Arafiati, Dr. Elsa Maria Rosa from UMY, Roniana from Unisa Yogyakarta, and then Dr. Dianita or Dr. Dian from UMY, Dr. Mini, thank you, from MSUIIT, Dr. Neil Martin from MSUIIT, Dr. Penko from Buksu, Dr. Henry Setiawan from Sikas Muhammadiyah Ciamis, and also Mam Zulma from UMKT. Next. Yeah. Background and rationale for this community services, why we need to include the student to do the community services. You know that the rising burden of non-communicable diseases among university students, the increasing and severe risk factors that facing among students like hypertension, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and obesity due to the lifestyle changes. Right? We will know about this later, and also about the unhealthy lifestyle habits like poor diets. As you know that breakfast is very important, but I also know that all of my students today skip the breakfast. And the low physical activity, they prefer to sleeping rather than do activity sometimes, not all. And irregular eating contribute to significantly to metabolic disorders among students. And psychological stress impact. Sometimes we do believe that this is because of the lecture. Oh, they all students here smiling. Yeah. Why? Sometimes they feel difficulty on how to meet the lecture. They feel very stressed to meet the lecture because because of the student cannot meet the supervisor. And also the academic pressure and financial concern increase the stress leading to smoking and also alcohol use maybe and sleep deprivation. And also the campus, they have an opportunity to prevent this. Usually they have the consultation of the health of the student. They have the health promotion program and early screening to prevent NCD's progression among students. Next. Yeah. Who do this? Many students rely on cheap, highly processed fast food rather than fruits and vegetables. Do you agree about this? Yes. Lack of sleep. Because what? Staying up too late, very late to study. Or what? Or socialize disrupt the body's natural rest pattern. Yeah. We prepare for exam, mom. That is the main reason for that. For the late sleep. And sedentary lifestyle, spending long hours sitting down during lectures or while typing on a computer limits physical activities. And also unhealthy habits. The stress of school can lead some students to pick up harmful habits like smoking. Who are smoking in this room? Or in the Zoom meeting? Nobody smoking, I think. Hello, Chiamis. Any student who's smoking? Oh, don't do that, okay? And then mental stress. High anxiety and chronic school stress can also cause physical harms. Okay, next. Yeah, I will just rush. Campuses as a strategic setting for early detection and prevention. Campus or university provide ideal platform for efficient early detection and prevention of non-communicable diseases among young students or young adults. And we do believe that most of campuses establish the infrastructure for that. They may facilitate the health services for all the students, academic units, and communication channel. Yeah, this is a very important on how to communicate with the lecturer, with other students, with the dean, maybe. Oh, I cannot meet Dr. Mini while she is very busy. And health integration in culture, integrating health initiatives into campus culture encourages healthy behaviors and reduce stigma among the students. And then preventive screening benefits. Simple screening like the BMI, BMI and blood pressure have identified the risk factors. Okay, next. Okay, knowledge gaps. Knowledge gaps in disease awareness. Many students underestimate their risk. Oh, I don't care. Oh my God, I feel headache. Ah, this is just a simple symptoms. Just buy the medication outside in the pharmacy and then, okay, it's clear. But after that, daily, monthly, yearly, and it's come chronic illness. And then risky behavior patterns, social norms promote unhealthy also. Sometimes in Indonesia, sometimes we found that some culture, when we conduct a meeting, yeah, we provide the cigarette. I don't know in the Philippines. No, but in Indonesia, sometimes. Yeah, we provide the cigarette and all of the participants will just smoke. Oh, yeah. That's a part of the culture, but this is not or unhealthy. Stress and coping challenges. Students often lack effective stress management skills, yeah, leading to maladaptive coping strategies and need for targeted intervention. The program, including in the credit of courses in nursing school, that would be better if we can also put it. How the student can also collaborate with the lecturer to prevent the chronic communicable disease. And peer influence as a determinant of health behavior. Peer influence on behaviors that this is a shape for young adults health attitude through modeling and social endorsement within close network. So we try to make like a peer group in a nursing program in nursing school so that they can help each other. Peer-led health promotion that can increase message credibility, yeah, and engagement by leveraging trust and share experiences, and also comfort in sensitive discussion. Sometimes we cannot discuss with other because of different level or different age. Yeah, or I don't know, I cannot share with you because of or different gender. Yeah, that's why we need the really peer group in the community or in the campus. Effective of peer intervention, and this is to promote, especially for the smoking cessation, physical activity, and sexual health education. Next. Yeah, this is why we need to have a linkage internationally because of the global health challenge, because of the cross-cultural collaboration that we really need to have, and we really need to learn from one another so that we can share what about the culture in Indonesia, in the Philippines, Malaysia, and other countries. And locally relevant, but you know that that will be globally involved. The information will be the same, but the perception locally can be different. Next. Program design and objectives. Yeah, next. Peer health ambassadors. We would like to ask all of the universities included in this program to invite the ambassador from the School of Nursing or nursing student to be part of this project so that we can do more on how to train them, yeah, to be an ambassador after this meeting. Conceptual framework, and we will integrate. Yeah, after this, you need all of the students need to fill the form. Yeah, and you will do also pre-test and post-test for this. Empowerment and participation. The program empowers students to act as a change agent. This is very important. Yeah, not only on how to remind your friend, but you can also remind your lecturer. Okay, next. Yeah, empowering the student. This is a primary and secondary objective of the program, empowering nursing student, raising awareness and promoting health, and also, of course, institutional collaboration and research. Because the result of this study will be next. Hopefully, we can publish it. Next. Target population, of course, student mostly, and the organization of the student. Next. Okay, this is the integration with the global health and SDGs, alignment with the SDGs number 3, focus on non-communicable disease. and WHO recommendation also, and of course that will be relevant with the global health. Okay, next. Yeah, program output, train peer education. So after this, we need to discuss more about the program follow up, yeah, to train the peer group of the student. Okay, next. Okay, now please, all of the students, you may do the playtest here, please. Students. Okay. Okay, in the Zoom, can you see the barcode? Okay, please do the pre-test. Just a simple question. And you can see the result after. Okay, finish? Not yet. Very simple. Okay, done. Okay, while you're doing your pretest, next. Yeah, we will share all of the PowerPoint to you so that you can access the system. Please, you can open that. And we already can you? Yeah, we already developed the application to screening, yeah, the health of nursing students. Oh, is that access? Yes. You can allow. Who's the one? Just a minute. Okay, but before it's just. Yeah, request access. Please. Just a minute. Okay. Did you finish already? Okay, can I share? Just a minute. Maybe I can share through the Zoom. You can just yeah. Okay. Can you see this? Yeah, this is the mobile apps, My Campus Health that developed by the teams. If when you enter to this application, you can see you can choose bahasa Indonesia or English. Okay, and then just follow step by step of that, and until the end, until the end, till the end. Okay, and then just a minute. Oh, is it me or you? Oh, you. Oh, can I just share? Yeah. This is mine, right? Okay. Okay, now please, all of students, you can scan this barcode and you can just go through this application. Okay, we can open and you can fill it until end of the question. Yeah. Okay, can you? Okay, this barcode. Yeah. Okay, aman. Aman. What is aman? Safe. Okay, Pak. Okay, you need to fill that. And after that, for the pre-test, did you finish already? Already. Okay, good. Okay, and this is the application. Please fill it. And this is the post-test. Okay, after post-test is done. Yeah. Mantap, lancar. Post-test, yeah. And don't forget to fill the application because that is very important for us to develop this application after and to also to use the database, yeah, to make for the peer group from each university. Yeah. Okay. Done. Indonesia. Have you done? Si Amis done? Dr. Henry done?
Yes, we have done.
Done? Okay. Thank you. UMKT done? UMY done? Buksu, Dr. Henry. The team. I think she is in the Zoom also, right? And yeah, and of course, MSUIIT. Have you done? Done. Okay, so that's the series from Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, MSUIIT, Buksu, UMKT, Stikas Muhammadiyah, Ciamis, dan Unisa Yogyakarta. Thank you very much, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Morning, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Fitri. Now we will accommodate questions from our students. So, just a while ago, our speaker has presented.
Okay.
Student here will be identifying. So, from the student, any questions? Hello. Any questions?
Thank you.
We will allocate 5 minutes for the question and answer portion. So anybody from the audience who would like to ask regarding the previous.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, Dr. Cuervo, can we ask for your question?
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Fitri, for sharing those valuable information that was short yet very informative and helpful. I believe for all universities and schools, um, they will really can make use of that of your sharing of the information, most especially the app that you have shared, my campus health app. So my question would be, would we be able to also use that app here in our university, in our school? Thank you so much.
Yes, Dr. Kendo. You can use it.
Dr. Fitri, you are still mute.
Wala.
Okay.
Wala siya.
Okay. Yeah. Dr. Penggo, we need your input, your suggestion, yeah, to improve the content of this application. And we do believe that while we have input from the members of the team for this community services, the application will be better and better. Thank you. We can do together, Dr. Penggo.
Thank you, Dr. Fitri.
See you tonight.
Okay, any questions from the audience? So we are actually in many places of the Philippines and of Indonesia. So any question from the audience, especially from the students of MSUIIT, would you like to ask any questions? So actually in MSUIIT, we don't have yet a student like this. Like they're coming. A separate discipline. It is more like direct.
Yeah, we have actually innovations when it comes to online pre-test and post-test. Actually, I think Sir Neil also have that in his class. And for the rest of the researches also we innovate. I could cite an example like the HIV assessment for those students who are afraid to, afraid to ask questions that was done years ago in some of the innovations already in the research, particularly in the College of Health Sciences, with regards to diabetes, hypertension, HIV, and the rest. So we have this, but unlike Dr. Fitri, who has actually across borders, we have yet to establish that kind of scenario. And hopefully, with this endeavor, that it can happen, just like what Dr. Fitri has showcased to us today. And we are so thankful that the internet connectivity was so cooperative. That was my stress for the weekend. That's why I tapped Director Ravi of our at myself, that's our e-learning department for the institute. And we thank God that you are hearing us loud and clear, I hope, in the other parts of Indonesia, and of course in our sister and neighboring towns of Bukidnon. So yes, we do have that, but we will do it. We have to enhance it since it's successful as being manifested now with Dr. Fitri in her talk. Thank you, Dr. Fitri.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Nini, for that enlightenment. Any questions? Last call for questions from the students. Maybe you have questions in mind, or should you have any questions later, then we will accommodate them.
Actually, this is a remnant of our activities with our training at CQI. So those students who will ask questions have the opportunity to draw out an egg. And in that egg, there is a simple and cutie prize that was not given during the CQI. So if you have to ask question, you can have a simple gift coming from the College of Health Sciences.
Can I answer the question? Yes, okay. Okay, can you approach the mic sa center?
Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dr. Fitri. That's right. Okay, so my question is that recently, just last month, I think, I was afraid for my life because my BP just rise above normal. And so I went to the university clinic to confirm that. And I was asked to run some laboratories. And it turned out that I was just stressed for a few weeks or days because that was finals week. And then that my BP would turn to normal for as long as I maintain a healthy lifestyle. So aside from answering questions provided by the app, how can this app bring reality to the changes of our lifestyle as a student? Especially nursing is a really pressuring, and sometimes you could really forget about our health, such as I did. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. That is a very good question. Yeah, and this app is still to collect the database of the student. So like for example, when you say that your BP is, so after that, after we collect the database, like in MSUIIT, for example, you have a database that 25% of the student from the level of 7, they have normal BP, but 30% they have increased BP. So after this, we will just choose the student who interests to join the peer group. Yeah, to join the peer group, we will train them. We will train them on how to first facilitate all of the students. Okay, not only after they got the chronic communicable disease, but to prevent before. So the trained student will also facilitate to what? To make the information, the health information system, and put in the application. So it can be developed time to times. And I think that will be very good and helpful to all of the students. And later on, we will do not only for the nursing student, but also all of the students in the university. Okay, sharing information is very important for them. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
University to need to choose the student as the program for this. Okay, and I think you will be the one. Oh, okay, yeah, good. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Fitri. So, okay, claim your egg, claim your prize to the egg. Okay, so what we are trying, what the Dr. Fitri is sharing is actually peer health ambassador. So, as student nurses, yeah, so it is just starting here as a student nurse, and then soon it will be university wide. That's the goal. So, as student nurses, it must start within us in 6 universities. So that's where we are going. So ang nabunot, itlog, and may laman. Erase it. Erase. Okay, how would you erase it? Thank you so much. No other questions from the audience? So we could proceed to the next talk. Okay, I believe we have no questions yet. We will have reserve that for later. Now we proceed with the next topic, which is on public health policy and advocacy on tobacco marketing, which is Dr. Janita. Okay, Dr. Janita Sutilio. Let's give her a warm applause.
Thank you. Nice to meet you all. Okay, I will bring in topics about tobacco control policy advocacy in Indonesia. This is mainly on tobacco marketing. We do lots of tobacco public health policy advocacy, but this time I will focusing on only this tobacco marketing. So let's wait for this slide. Yes. I will ask you first your current conditions here in the Philippines about tobacco control. How can you can say maybe the policy here, tobacco control policy? Yes, sure. Okay. What's your name?
Hello, I am Hamid from again. Here in the Philippines, we have several policies, but I'm not familiar with what exactly they are. But we have designated areas that you can specifically smoke so that it does not run the smoke, especially as second hand smoke is more potent than those of the first hand. So we have that several in public spaces such as in malls and playgrounds, even in school. And I don't believe we practice that. However, discipline really is also needed for the citizens so that we would follow these implemented rules so that it will be safe for everyone. But for the Philippines, we do have it and we're practicing it. Okay.
That's a good policy implementation here in tobacco control, especially in the Philippines. And can I go to the next slide? This is on what it covers itself in the terms of public health policy and tobacco control. The first is to utilize evidence base. So for academia, we developed
the research, the publication on how this tobacco and smoking, Dr. Fitri previously mentions on the smoking lifestyle and how it's actually impact on the health of the human. So that's we use also the evidence base to advocate the use of these dangerous materials. Number two is the legislations. Legislation is particularly on how to develop the policy in the community so that the policy on tobacco control will be obeyed by all the community members. And the third is strategies to reduce tobacco consumptions. In some country, maybe they have already regulated the advertisement, promotions, and sponsorships. I will explain to you later what is the ad. And in some country, they already also apply on the use of this policy to reduce the tobacco advertisement, especially on televisions and on the billboards or offline billboards. The fourth is the prevention imitations. Maybe in your tobacco packs, you will notice on the signs that it is only able to purchase by the people under 21st of age in some country, and in some others country they use the 18th. And the other important one is to protect non-smokers from second-hand smokers. This is, as you said before, that the school and also the public places, the playgrounds, and the hospital is some of the examples of the smoke-free places ruled by the tobacco control policy. Okay, next. And in the global context, the World Health Organizations, they have what they call Framework Conventions on Tobacco Control, or FCTC. Have you heard FCTC before? No? Okay, so this is actually the global treaty that all the countries, most of the countries in the world have signed and ratified. But some of the countries still not signed and also ratified the FCTC. And this is actually the most effective global standards policy, which also regulate on how the distributions of tobacco and also the tobacco ads itself. Next. And the WHO FCTC actually cover this point. We usually call it Empower. M stands for Monitor Tobacco Use and Prevention Policies. In Indonesia, we involve all the officials and the subnational governments on the prevention policies and also to monitor the tobacco use. The second one, P, is then for protect people from tobacco smokes. This is how the smoke-free areas regulation is implied on some of the school playgrounds, are the religious places to pray, and some of the and also hospital and malls, for example. So that is the all the public policies where the smoke-free area is implemented. And O is stand for offer help to quit smoking. This is maybe also in the Philippines, I think that maybe of you also aware where is the quit smoking clinics and quit smoking services held by the government, usually by the Ministry of Health. W stand for warn about the dangers of smoking. This is the example of using the pack labels and also the warning labels. Some of the countries like Australia already implemented the plain packaging. How is in Philippines? They also already implement the plain packaging for the tobacco packs. Are the picture health warning in the Philippines? Pictorial health warning, yes. Okay. And in Indonesia, we still have a pictorial health warning as well. And in some countries, they already implemented the plain packaging. So without the big font of the tobacco brand, for example, that's the criteria of the plain packaging. EE stands for Enforced Comprehensive Bans on Tobacco Advertising, Promotion, and Sponsorships. That's one of that we do in Indonesia, to working with the Ministry of Health and Ministry of Communications and Digital to take down all the advertisement of tobacco marketing. And R, it is stand for raise taxes on tobacco. So that is the important part to limit the marketing of the tobacco and also the tobacco use, to always higher the price of the tobacco so that the community will hopefully cannot afford that dangerous materials. Next, this is about tobacco marketing bans or advertising bans. Maybe in some previous years, we still can see how the tobacco marketing ads on the televisions maybe. But in this era, all the advertising and promoting in the televisions is regulated by the government. Second is the sponsorship on how the tobacco marketing is supplies the financial ads for the event, for film, for the music concert. For example, that's still massive tone in Indonesia on the sponsorship of marketing and marketing of tobacco, and also in digital prints that we still, some in Indonesia, we also often can see the tobacco marketing on the big billboard in the road. Next. Packaging and labeling. This is also the one that's important. Why the government need to involve and implement the plain packaging. That it is, some of the example is in Australia. It is to actually to protect the community of seeing the marketing from the tobacco company, and also put some health warnings on the tobacco pack so that the community also will aware of the dangerous health concerns on these tobacco products. Next, point of sale. In some of the countries, they already implemented display restrictions. For the seller, it is not allowed to display all the tobacco and also the electronic tobacco or electronic smokings in their shop or their supermarket. And how to limit also the access control, especially
Congress.
yes, we back to the
Each one covered. Hey.
Okay, we're waiting for the screen share. And yes, that point of sale. Yes, okay, next slide. Next slide from point of sale. At point of sale, maybe we also still after this next. Yes, okay. Yeah. So this is one of the sample of the policy advocacy that we implement in Indonesia for tobacco marketing. We have a national coalitions. It's called Freenet from Tobago Indonesia, and we also partner with alliance with the tobacco control team from Philippines. I have lots of team from the tobacco control Philippines. That comes from the Manila, Cebu, and Iligan as well. So in Indonesia, we have Free Net from Tobacco. This is actually a platform for the organizations in Indonesia on how to push the Ministry of Health and Ministry of Digital and Communications to take down all the advertisement, promotion, and sponsorship of tobacco in Indonesia. Next. So Freenet from Tobago is consists of Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta and the consumer organizations in Indonesia, that's YLKI, and also the associations of public health in Indonesia. And this is the overview of the adoptions of the use of device on how we try to recognize the dangers of the marketing itself on the internet, because Freenet from Tobago's scope of work is on the internet marketing tobacco limitations. We have a big numbers of the populations in Indonesia with the use of high number use on internet, because the people also commonly rely on the use of mobile phone and the access of internet itself to access their works and their daily activity. Next. And the platform, social media platform, and also messages that use greatly in Indonesia is WhatsApp. Some of the pop-up and some of the WhatsApp channel also use by the tobacco company to advertise their product. And this is actually some of the strategy that they use by not using the open marketing strategy like the advertising, but they use on the WhatsApp channel. And the second platform is Instagram. Instagram here is grouped into the social media, and the highest number of the social media used in Indonesia to market tobacco is Instagram, Facebook, line for the second positions, followed by YouTube and TikTok. Next. This is the general times, 7 hours and 38 minutes. The average times for the people, for the community in our country to using the phone and spend on the internet connections. You can imagine if all the people in Indonesia have this long access on internet and prone to tobacco advertising, so it is not also so it is also possible for children that not having the specific like attendance by their parents is also allowed and prone to tobacco marketing itself. Next. And how we use the data, the big data from all the marketing in social media in Indonesia is by using the AI for system. So we collect all the advertisement promotions and sponsorship from all the tobacco company in Indonesia through all platforms that I was mentioned before. You can visit the alerts by canary.org that we also taking a collaboration work with the Final Strategies USA to collect all the informations on these advertisements. So currently this project, the system is used in Mexico, India, Indonesia, South Africa, and Brazil. So we are one of the countries that using the canary provided by Vital Strategies USA to monitor and also to provide the information to the government for the policy advocacy. Next. And this is just one of the samples of the data from the Canary Tobacco Enforcement and Reporting Movement on October 2025 only, that the engagement volume in social media platform. You can see here the highest engagement volume is on Instagram. Engagement is calculated by how many likes, comment, share, save, and repost that collected on Instagram. Facebook is in the following numbers, but the highest here we found on TikTok. TikTok engagement is much higher compared to Instagram. Next. And this is the marketing tactic distributions. If you learn on public health, community health nursing, you will also learn on how the marketing distributions on the tobacco. They actually use like 5 strategies, community-based marketing. This is how the tobacco industry support the community occasions and also to input their marketing tactics there. The second is corporate social responsibility. That's usually that the tobacco industry giving the funding for the environment services, for example. Number 3 is direct ads. And the 4th is through event occasions, music, sports, sponsorship. And the latest is general profile rising. Next. And this is the framing distributions on social platform that we analyzed from the terms data on October 2025. And the highest part is on the entertainment message framing that they use to market their products. Next. I think this is from some of the slides. If I'm not mistaken.
Slide.
Right.
Iba. Iba daw siya. Last slide.
Last slide.
Yeah, this is I think the last one. Okay. I will open for some minutes for the questions.
Okay. Okay.
Or maybe the student here can share on how their findings, tobacco advertisement, promotion, and sponsorship in social media, maybe in the Philippines.
So Dr. CD is already done with her presentation. And from the audience, ask any questions or share their thoughts on tobacco use, promotion, in the space of the perception or your experience. There will be another egg for you to crack for it.
For sure, I would like to hear also on how in the Philippines apply, for example, the same policy advocacy in the tobacco marketing. Maybe some of you can give me clue on how you can, for example, see the tobacco ads and how your government doing it. Any other ads? Have you seen tobacco ads in your country? Yes, please.
Good morning, ma'am. So, I am Maria, a level 1 student. So,
Hi, Maria.
What I observed here in the Philippines is that in the box, in a tobacco box, they actually put pictures of people who suffers from lung cancer, of people who suffers from different kinds of diseases, to warn Filipino people that that will happen to them once they continue using tobacco. And they also put in the packaging, the some of the loss, I think, and in the consequences once they keep on taking it. And as far as I know, is that lately there is actually a limitation of providing tobacco in different kinds of store. Here we call it sari sari store. Sari sari store. So that sari sari store sells tobacco, and some of them is prohibited from selling it because I think the government is slowly limiting and banning it here in the Philippines because of the increasing cases of lung cancer and other diseases that the tobacco causes. So
Okay, thank you, Maria. A very, very good, yes, very, very good story that you can tell the people on how your government is trying to protect their people from limiting all the access in the tobacco point of sale. Thank you, Maria.
Okay, thank you to our level one student. From our online audience, we are open for questions. You just can turn on your mic that we can hear you from here. Hello.
Ano ka na ako?
Okay. So far, no questions. Yes, Ma'am Nini?
I just want to add, Dr. Janita, that
Yes.
in the Philippines, particularly in government institutions, we have the smoking and non-smoking zone. So the Philippine government is really adamant in fulfilling its obligation to empower and made known to a lot of people the perils of having these vices, not only with tobacco, but even online gaming, alcoholic drinks. As a matter of fact, what Maria has stipulated a while ago, yes, it's true that each pack of cigarette will depict a very sad story of the lungs and the statistics of lung cancers and COPDs. At the same time, in order for the government to have a crackdown on this, the government is imposing high taxes for this tobacco, alcohol. That's what we call the sin taxes. So the government is actually getting much from this sin taxes in order to. It's a form of deterrent. But if you're rich and if you still love those vices, it will not be deterrent. But as far as the marginalized population, actually the fear of buying more than what they bargained for is a deterrent enough. So sin taxes, no smoking and smoking zone. In IIT, you can see posters. If you go up our stairs later, you will see a poster there, smoking and no smoking zone. So that's how the Philippine government is trying to discourage from Dr. Peter's talk of NCD, and of course with your talk with regards to tobacco. Other than that, may I ask Dr. Denita about your talk concentrate on tobacco, but the rising threat of vaping. What does the Indonesian government is doing for vaping? Although I don't,
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Mini. Vaping and all other forms of tobacco use actually is already regulated in Indonesia as part of cigarette. So we have the criteria of traditional cigarette, this for the burn cigarette, and also the electronic cigarette that's include the piping and pods. They also use the heated tobacco and also the cherry tobacco. Although that this is might be not common in Indonesia to have the chewing tobacco, but we also regulate it. And we recognize that some part of the world, like India, have the chewing tobacco, but we also regulated the chewing tobacco in Indonesia and also the sisa. the sisa and how they use the preparations from the tobacco or the nicotine, we already also regulated in Indonesia. And currently we also expand the tax, the seed tax in the country into the sugary drinks and the high natrium snacking and also plastic. Yes. Okay, same here as well. Yes, because the seed tax is very important to decrease the consumptions of the dangerous materials. Thank you, Dr. Mini. Yeah. Yeah. I think
Thank you, Dr. Anita. And anyone from the maybe from the lab audience? Not anymore. Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Janita. Now we proceed with the last topic for this morning, which is on the life of adolescent mothers in Indonesia, a life challenge by Dr. Lee Wen. Let's give her a warm round of applause.
Good morning. Thank you for the chance for me to talk about this is actually my concern and UMKD. I prefer to take area about mothers and child also for women health. And then actually I just only want to discuss about this how exactly happens in Indonesia, and then maybe we can compare and what about in the Philippines? Because we are as a network, I think we have the similarity related with our problem. Next, this is me, maybe 80% of me. So, we are in the East Kalimantan. East Kalimantan is exactly different island with the Yogyakarta. We are living in the Borneo. I some know about Borneo, but not familiar with the Kalimantan. So we live in the East Borneo. There's our president now want to move to the capital city from Jakarta to Kalimantan. Yes, this is maybe some for the place that may want to visit from the Philippine friends. And then this is related with the data that I have about how we living in Indonesia with the young adolescent. Let's relate when we know 63.4 million that's related is age between 10 to 24 in Indonesia. And as we know, there's 1.7 million birth annually to women under 24 years old. We can imagine we are not yet, but we have also to rise up the baby. Even my body is not yet, even our body is not yet mature, but inside in our womb, there is grow up a new baby. It will become a high risk, not just for the adolescent, but also for the baby. And around 500,000 birth to teenagers in Indonesia in 20 and 24. This is really some vulnerable ages that we know. That so we need to how to maintain it become that's rising the big problem for our country. Okay, this is a macro landscape that we know. 1 in 4 women aged between 15 to 64 who have experienced physical and or sexual violence in Indonesia. And in this cases, among adolescent mothers. Because why? Because they are not mental yet. In their physical, in their how they're thinking, but they have to living together with the support, with the new children, and that's become why domestic violence happen in there. And also, when compared with in Philippines, Indonesia is below in case of maternal mortality rate. We have the goal in the 2045 and Indonesia goal that's we only want to account 70 mortality rate in women, but actually that's like only 10 years for 2000, not 10, that 9, 10 only for finding or research for the 2040 Indonesian goal. And we know 55% there is female mutilation. That's like what female mutilation? Genital female mutilation. We call sunat. We call sunat in Indonesia. And almost, even though we are the head provider, some of us still doing that. Even though the government of Indonesia say that that's cannot again to do, but some of them, because they believe that still using for female genital mutilation, and that is really our concern too. And then the last, people currently living with HIV, and even though to become AIDS at around 543 and 100. That's really hard to ask related with the condition in Indonesia now. And then how our strategic framework, how to become zero preventable maternal death. Actually, we can prevent. And then zero unmet need for family planning. Family planning exactly is free in Indonesia. But not all persons want to do that because they have still some belief that many children is an family. So banyak anak, banyak rezeki. We call like that. So they don't want to stop or arrange or just with one or two about the child. And then zero gender-based violence and harmful practices against women and girls. Next. Okay. This is a cases I take for two different area. The one is from the Probolinggo. We know this Probolinggo is Java. And there are in Java, Indonesia, highest percentage of early marriage. How about in Samarinda? That's we are living. In Samarinda, exactly. Samarinda or Kalimantan is a resource province in Indonesia. Why? We have mining material such as coal, gold, and oil. We're really rich about that. But there is not all citizens can enjoy that. And then we know in Kalimantan, there is among young women take less than 90 years old was 24.7%, and between 90 to 20 years old was 24%. The highest cases of the young marriage happened in the Kutai Timur, that's district, and Kutai Kartanegara also in our city in Samarinda. Both this district, Kutai Timur and Kutai Kartanegara, is the richest district in this country. There is mining, there is coal, there is oil, there is coal. But why it's happened there? Because the local citizen, there is not yet be good in the education. They still have low education level compared with another population from Indonesia area. For example, from Java, from Sumatra, and then coming to East Kalimantan, they work there because they have ability. They have like what skill pool for to work in this area, and not for the local citizen. And this become the hacker why the young adolescent mother become rising in there. Okay, next. And how about the theory to maternal retirement? We know states were related with the culture and economic pressure drive early marriage. It's sudden shift from childhood, you know, with still young, like the student in here, actually for master degree. For the bachelor degree and the diploma, I think is how happy you are because you can enjoy your lifestyle as a young person. There is no burden at all. You need to really just assist for your family. And then when we have become a young mother, every single day have your responsibility in your hand on. Not can nobody stop us except ourselves. And then it's become shock for them. And the initial self discovery pregnant bring intensely mixed emotion, moment of joy, and beyond my family is the moment of joy. At least a for fear and preparedness. We have no preparation how to be mother, even though there is no school to be mother. When I have baby, I also shocked, even though I already 40 years old. Why? Because there's a really different when the theory in the practical. And if possible, the daily related new motherhood made by proper emotional stress, physical immaturity of childbearing. We don't know why our child crying. We thinking that's my hungry. We try to get milk, but why not stop? We confused. And our emotional, if we don't have any support, we don't have any knowledge at all, it becomes a big matter for us. And then for attachment, identity formation. In Indonesia, when we are younger than 90 years old, we cannot marry by institution. It means we cannot go to the what the name like the law to get our permission for marriage. We just married like the by religion. If we are less than 90 years old, the law of marriage is the bridge should be in 90 years old. And then, if no, if not 90 years old yet, it means we just sharing, we call it sharing marriage. There is no like what supporting for our government. For example, if we are poor, basically we can got the regulation related with the supporting from government. But if we have to marry, because we don't have card number or family card number, so we cannot get it. So we feel like oppressed with the our family. And then next, this is intersection vulnerabilities, the burden for early motherhood. We know the psychosocial, extreme emotional immaturity, to handle parenting stress and identify safety. It's become the leading why domestic violence exactly like this. Because they are depending all for the partners, depending for another person, for parent. Maybe the parent average it's okay, or about the poor parent. And then the domestic violence not only coming from partner or support, but also from the head worker, me or maybe another person as a nurse, maybe as a doctor. And then when the young mother coming to the public health service or for the hospital, they will say, oh, it's too young to have baby. It's too young to pregnant. And then they don't want up again because feeling suffer, feeling oppressed when they asking. And then how about the economic? Total lack of economic agency. Don't have good education. That means don't have a good work. Don't have a good salary. That means poverty is coming. And then how about health risk? All of us know about that. But it still happens. Why? Because we know that's a cyclone get to the pregnant. Every single thing is changed. Our body, our health, our emotion. Even though we are adult, when we are pregnant, our hormone is changing so quickly. And then we know about the postpartum blues happen, and then for suicide is more increased for adolescent women. And for Henry's, we know, okay, it's one the cases the stunting. Stunting is the biggest problem of Indonesia, let us call the 3 years later. Because why? The mother, because the baby is preterm forward. And then about the social, there is stigmatized that's really heavily that they burden for the adolescent that also. That's why adolescent mother is comforting with such barriers. Navigating this request ideally to pilot multi-layer support ecosystem, not just medical care. Okay, next. Okay, this is the reality. What the actually the government tried to make a barrier become open for Islamic of the priest and education, and then there is an and is the program from the Ministry of Health and out of school of the adolescent sex and reproduction health education program. That's we propose for the adolescent mother improve their knowledge related their sexuality, also for their health reproduction. And the higher risk of physical complications during birth, then we are updating the guideline and with Midwifery Center of Excellence also for all the health providers. And like knowledge about reproductive health, we know that family planning 2030 commitment and digital sexual education. So because now every single thing in hand with the smartphone, so we can access all. But like Dr. Diana said, that's like the program that government try to posing for the end level of the citizen in Indonesia. And about related to the present culture and economic into other marriage, national strategy, our president have Astacita. Stacita number 4 is related to what the human resources to improve ability, to improve how do they should be improved only for education for free until senior high school. Okay, next. And then this is similar pillar finding life improvement way for excellence. That is guideline modernization, surveillance and external power, also digital innovation. We know that every single thing is on hand, so digital innovation has become the highest thing that government want to touch how that we can, because we are the archipelago country with almost 1,000 more than island that's in Indonesia. So even though we are far from the Jakarta of the capital city, they can access, even though it's still some problem for the internet. Yeah. Next. Okay, and then the commitment, the second pillar of the family planning 2030, even we talk about the HIV prevalence among female sex workers that is still high, and then intimate partner transmission. We also try to anticipate preventing mother to child disease of HIV/AIDS, and also for workplace well-being. That's in training volunteer of Indonesia and the sharing to try to compress how adolescent mother can. Okay. And the three empowerment youth and security. I think the student is actually like the ambassador for our head in the future for 5 or 10 years next, related the policy, education access, and digital training. Okay, next. And then the systemic pillar 4 is eradicating violence and harmful practices. We know that infrastructure is something that very vital in Indonesia. We should have that for doing something. And we know there is strengthening the SAPA. SAPA is look like supporting for female and child who have domestic violence by phone and then by WhatsApp. So the company in Indonesia. And we have a cross-pilot region, including in Samarinda, because the domestic violence is rather highest in Samarinda also. And then cultural transformation, how to emulate harmful like female genital mutilation, and it's still high also in Indonesia. And there is not just for the government, but also for the social organization, for like us from the Muhammadiyah. Muhammadiyah is the biggest social organization in Indonesia, and we are working for the program of the government, like the Stop for the Female Genital Mutilation. And next. Okay, in this crisis vulnerability, we talk about the natural disaster. Others also happened in the Mindanao, I think, and the effect is to the Kalimantan also. And then we try to systemic intervention, and then deployment midwife and reproductive health plans with the Cianjur Akui, distribution dignity kits and best culture assistant to pregnant mother, but have the term and regulation. For example, have the family number. And we cannot that this, so we cannot sit there. And then we also have leaving one behind initiative protecting other person, because you know the population demographic now, Indonesia have the biggest order right now, and then it's become a burden too for the government. And then we have the LNO. Okay, thanks. And the key to progress data, how to collect data for all adolescent mother in Indonesia. Because sometimes the data is invalid. It's been not congruent between the data that the government have and the how the social they living.
And how to have this, we have SDPI, contribution data, and also the census, and also disaster data. Okay. Okay, this is a comprehensive ecosystem of care. I just want this thing, this is a corner for individual. Woman is just one of corner. Adolescent mother has been double vulnerable group. So we can stand alone. They can stand alone. If we want to save the generation, young generation, it must be support for the adolescent mother. Okay, I think that's our presentation, and this is what we are target actually for Indonesian goal. That's 2045. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Dr. Waiguni. We would like to ask the audience to raise their questions. Just recently, the speaker discussed about the life of adolescent mothers in Indonesia, a life challenge. So, from the audience, any questions?
Or maybe
Any sharing of thoughts? Or, okay, we have from our guest, Dr. Focus College of Nursing.
Morning, ma'am. So something that the Philippines and Indonesia have in common would be we are a very religious country. So although family planning and sex education is free and accessible, it is still considered a taboo topic wherein people will be afraid to ask questions and access to such education. Ma'am. How can we encourage them to do so?
okay, nice question. I think. Excuse me, what's your name? What's your name? Living. Okay. How to increase their I think like grateful asking, because it's like a barrier, especially for the young woman. When, for example, I say in the Indonesia, especially in Kalimantan, when young girl go to the obstetrician, and another person will thinking, what happened to them? Is they doing exactly? Is they pregnant before marriage? Or something happened with the genital? They always thinking like that. And then how we do that? We have the name is like remaja berprestasi kesehatan. I don't know what this means for remaja berprestasi kesehatan from Pengabdian. That's like family planning. Yes, student I think ambassador for that. And then they will go to the school. So they have like program and then go to school to talk with them, because I think for the young generation they have special language, because they have the special language. For example, when I talk with the young generation around maybe 15 until 20 years old, they will think I'm asking like a police. Why, and why? But maybe if the young girl or young boy talk with them, they will be the same language. With their language, because they have a proper language between them. And then let's be doing that. We like train them before they go to the school, from other school to the school. For example, in Muhammadiyah education, we have like program in under the Majelis Kesehatan. We go to them, especially from the Muhammadiyah and the Muhammadiyah school, and then for the government school, they have the program. Every single month, they have to go and sharing and looking for some student who interest, because many students that don't want to join with them. And then the student who interest, they train again with their language, for the simple language, I think, to brave to asking about them have the products. This everything in Indonesia. I don't know that. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Sri. Any other questions from the audience or even to the our live online audience? Hello, any questions?
Okay, another.
Other question? Yes, please come to the mic if you have any questions or you would like to share anything.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning. I am Pamela Nicole Paran from St. Michael's College. So I am just curious, ma'am, if in Indonesia, if it is allowed on the school or on the university there to accept students that are pregnant. Like, is there a law that it could be accepted that being pregnant while studying?
Okay, this is a really nice question because sometimes it's happening and there is a regulation. Well, education is for all. So in all, it's mean all student base they can come to apply that. Um, but there is for example in the senior high school. For the senior high school, they are and sometimes actually the school is allowed the continue her education, but some parents of this other student they refuse it. So what happened? The school gave a break time for the delivery and raise a child after 6 months, it means 1 year, and then come back to continue education. But most of them don't want back the same school because stigmatized is higher there. And then they are dropped out. That's happened with me. Even though they like informal education to continue and get certificates just as a diploma, but mostly they are take out or drop out from the school.
Okay, ma'am. So you have mentioned that it is allowed on senior high school. So how about in College of Nursing, ma'am? Is it allowed?
And college, if we are get married, yes, really.
How about it is not married?
Not married,
Thank you, ma'am.
yeah, welcome. That's like two of the name is exactly. So there's a some person and then they are pregnant. Actually, as mother, me as a mother, get like a change. Say maybe just one or two or three people who know that she is pregnant, and then we say you take a pity for the maternity leave for around 1 year, and then you can back. And when they say I'm feeling shy, we always say you are not with your friend. This is friend, and they don't know if you are have pregnant and have a baby because I know how our feeling the doctor and then stop not continuing education even from the maybe for the 4 years stay that maybe hard for the everything. That's happening and UMY and this is our one weakness. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Tree. Any other questions? Thank you so much for the one who asked questions earlier. Okay, I think that ends our question and answer portion for the three. So, based on the three discussions with Dr. Tree, based on the three discussions, it is highlighted about peer support. So, as student nurses, it is our, it is your also duty to help each other, one another to achieve, have concerns and problems to solve. Okay, now we would proceed to our orientation proper. Okay, we would award first our token and our certificate of appreciation to our three speakers. Okay, so we would like to award our tokens first. The certificate will follow soon. Yeah, it has to be signed. Yeah.
It's actually ready by voice chat, so you'll see.
Yes. Okay. So we request our three speaker We'd like to award this token of appreciation to the three speakers, Dr. Danita Sugino, Dr. Fitri Ampriati, and Dr. Tri Wayne. Thank you so much for sharing your insights and thoughts to our students.
Thank you. Music daw, madam.
Hindi na na yung music.
Thank you so much to the three speakers from the UMY. Okay, we'd like to say goodbye to your online viewers as we will have our orientation proper for our next. Now we proceed with the orientation proper to be given to us by our College Coordinator of International Affairs, Dr. Neil M. Martin.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Langka habis barang dulu Kak, kalau sama produk. Enggak.